Hello good people, it's Mbongeni again. In this video we are going to look at the disadvantages of being a full-time student. Okay, the first one is it is too expensive. It is very expensive to study full-time. The tuition fees, sometimes even to travel and come back there. Sometimes you can even find that you are not accommodated on campus. You will have to rent outside there. So you will need to have prepared the rental fees, you need to prepare the deposits and other incidental costs. Like sometimes you find that as a student, they organize certain things, then you will need to participate or even to make some copies to some other places. So those are incidental costs that you may also need to think about, that add on top of the costs that you may be charged. Life adjustment, it requires quite a lot of adjustment. You are going to a new environment. Sometimes you will need to buy new furnitures, you need to buy other new things, you will need TVs and all that stuff like that. So you will meet new people that may not be compatible with you. There are so many things. Even the learning method at schools, you are taught in a way that is like an instruction, whereas at the university is part of discovery. You are part of the process, you are part of a learning. You will need to do some kind of research. You may need to be conversant with the IT. You'll be able to use the computer. If it's the first time you come into contact with the computer, then that can be a lot of hassle there. Homesick, yes, you've missed home. Although some people is a once-off thing, but to some people it's something that happen now and again. Whenever they have been at home, when they are back to the campus, then that start. And some people, as a result of the adjustment and homesick, they are unable to cope at all. The depression, suicide and stress, yes, that is very much important to take note of. Remember, there you will have to manage almost everything on your own, whereas at home you knew that your mother is there, your family is there, your siblings are there who can assist you with other things. But at the university is a completely different story altogether. So you will need to manage your studies. The moment you see a fail, it's a knock on you. You think that, am I in a right place here? Will I manage another fail again? So there are so many things. There are domestic chores that you will need to do on your own, washing, ironing, everything like that. Sometimes you even need to manage the finances. You make sure that whoever is funding you had paid, because if that person didn't pay, you may find that you are being disconnected. You cannot go anywhere. You have the card, access card, but you cannot go anywhere because fees were not paid on time. Sometimes it's because of the students' bad choices. They associate themselves with bad people or do wrong things. Also, that is a possibility. Some people really unable to adapt. They find that the environment is not good for them. So you need to think about that as well. Things that can lead you to the depression, suicide, stress, and all the things like that. Criminal activities, yes. When you hear or you look at the university from outside, it look quite innocuous. You may be surprised to find that that is where criminal activities also take place. In the universities, to my surprise, I found that there are students who were expelled long time ago, but they are still part of the community. They move around, they access almost everything like everybody, but those people were expelled long time ago. Others are not even students there, but they wake up there, they go to work. Again, they have access to almost everything. Although we need to partly blame the students who assist some of these people to have access there, but nonetheless, that is some of the things you may come across. Dangerous weapons. You may hear people, there was a shooting, you wonder how the student managed to come in with the firearm in the first place, or any other dangerous weapon. You may find that there are unsafe places. They even raise awarenesses about that. Be caution when you walk to this place and that place. So it doesn't always look as rosy as you can think. Theft, if you put your clothes on the line, sometimes you'll have to stand there or sit there until they are dry. Mainly the techies, you won't even have to think about that. While you are still going to fetch other washing, you go up there where you will have to get them. You put your clothes on the line, you arrive there, they are not there. So it can be very, very hectic when it comes to that. Um, Difficult roommates. There are people who are very, very difficult. Some people they use even to call them psycho. They are mentally ill. Very, 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 very difficult people that you have to deal with. Is your roommate, is switching on the light, is making noise. There are so many chaos there. And remember now, that place is not yours, although it's a learning on its own, but it can be quite challenging. Multitasking, yes, you may have to do almost everything or most of the things on your own. You participate in various activities, you have to do this, you have to do that. So you will need to think about even typing. If you are not that quick in typing, you may have some challenges there. Bad associates, you find people there. Some, as I said, they are no longer even students, but you don't know. So those people, they are working towards your downfall. They want to demise your career. So to make sure that you also fail like them. So you may never know. So you will need to think about that. Some you can even be arrested or expelled yourself. Some students you may find that they were arrested for 2 or 3 years, but parents don't know. They don't know. They think they are still studying there. Some are squatting. Squatting is where you stay. You are not allowed to stay with that person, but you stay with him or her, or you allow a person to stay with you. So you may find all the things like that. These are the things that poses risk, mainly or partly because of the students as well. But the fact of the matter is there. A person can come all the way, go past 5 gates that's supposed to swipe, but manage up until get to your room with the assistance of other students. They don't think what that person is up to. Is a high pressured environment to be a full time, even starting from your community. The time you pack your bag, you go, the news start to spread, then there are expectations that people are starting to count. In 4 years' time, they expect you. Yes, it's a very high pressured environment. You have to attend class after class. Uh, Most of the lectures are not recorded. If you miss it, then you may not get that information. You'll have to rely on other students. You'll have to write the assignments. You'll have to write or prepare for exam. There are group activities, individual presentations, uh, other activities that you will need to attend. There is a possibility that you may be expelled because of uh, financial problems. You are unable to keep up with your bills, or you have failed, you have to pack and return home. The people there are going to ridicule you at home. So there's quite a high pressure if you are a full-time student. And university is a structured environment. There is a time for classes, time for lunch, time when the university open and closes. So all those things can put quite a lot of pressure to a student, because you will need to do this at that time. Although you may have some leeways there and there where you will have to arrange in between those times that is available in between, but sometimes you will be under severe pressure. So I hope you've learned some few things. If you've got your own experience, just share it in here in the comment box below. So don't forget to subscribe, as I always ask. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something here.